Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Monday evening's Reflection on the Rock. We're here out actually in Fairport, not at Covenant United Methodist Church, to talk with Joyce Crescent, who's a long-time member of the church. And as we've discovered over the weeks, not everybody has a favorite scripture. Not everybody has even scriptures that come to mind when they think about the Bible. But a lot of us have people who have lived out the scriptures in their lives. And Joyce is going to tell us a little bit. Show us the picture here. Joyce has the picture. Tell us who this is.
This is my grandfather, Albert Schick, and he was one of the originators of Calvary Evangelical Church, and just a wonderful Christian, and I just loved him to pieces, and he taught me everything I know that's good about life.
yeah, right.
So.
And he started a church and then built it up with other people.
With other people. Yeah. He was one of the instigators.
Right. And this is from the days before the United Methodist Church. This was the Evangelical United Brethren, I think
and
it was
wasn't
called.
even born when all this started, when they were up in the city, I can't remember where it was, but and then they got the little church. It was adorable, that little church on Culver Road in Melville. It was the sweetest little church. Loved it.
Yeah, and then through all the times of mergers of denominations and stuff, eventually you ended up coming to Covenant.
Yes.
And while you still lived down in the city or in Irondequoit. Right? Yeah. What do you love about church?
The people, the windows. Oh my goodness, I can't get enough of those windows. And what a beautiful altar, and the ministers. I love it. I love going to church.
And what's your favorite window?
All of them. All of them. Oh my gosh. All of them. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. Sometime we'll need to post some of the pictures of the windows at Covenant, because there's a wonderful resurrection one, and there's a wonderful Jesus carrying the sheep one. And
they're all, I love all of them. I just sit there before church starts and look around and look at all the windows.
So back to your grandfather, and what do you think he taught you about faith and life?
I think he always taught me to be the best I could, and to, trust people, which it's kind of hard to do
today,
now.
Yeah, we've lost a lot of that.
He always, wanted me to trust people, and I always did. Now it's kind of iffy. You try real hard, but sometimes you
have to work harder at it nowadays.
Yeah. But he just taught me all the ways to be the best person I could be.
And he was kind. He was.
He was.
What was he like himself? I mean, what are the best ways you can be?
Oh, he was just sweet and lovable. He was just an awesome person. Just awesome.
Yeah.
And
but there are lots of people who are awesome and sweet and lovable, and not Christians, not people of faith. But what marked him as a person of faith, do you think?
His actions. I mean, you knew he was a wonderful Christian from the way he acted. What a sweetheart. Oh, goodness. Loved him.
Yeah.
Loved him.
Yeah.
And he lived a good, long Christian life. Oh, my goodness.
Well into his 90s, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's great to talk to you, and I really appreciate your sharing all this time and these great stories. Sometime, if you get the opportunity, talk to Joyce at church, if you're in church, and ask her about some of the other characters in her family, like the hellion of her mother, and tell you some stories that we're not going to post on Facebook. But she'll tell you some good ones. It just occurs to me that we all have people in our lives who have a strong influence on us. Not always by what they say, but by how they live.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad was like that. My grandparents were
Yeah.
like that too.
My
yeah.
father was, but I sometimes I look back and I feel badly that I was always so afraid of him. I was afraid I was afraid I wouldn't stand up to his expectations.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know he would be very upset to this day if he knew that's how I felt.
Right. But that was, we would have, I mean, you're a little older than I am.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, we were a product of our era.
Yeah. Yeah.
And little girls were supposed to behave themselves.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And we always didn't.
Well, I did because I was scared stiff of him.
Yeah.
So I did.
But isn't it nice that you
Yeah.
also had a grandfather that you were not afraid of,
Yeah,
who didn't,
right,
who
yeah.
accepted you for what you were?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Joyce. I appreciate our
Aw.
time together. Join us on Wednesday and Friday of this week, and next Monday you'll see us again somewhere. Who knows where we'll be next week? Good night.